Well, that's
Yeah,
different. That's just
physically.
quarantine.
No, it's just
What the
having fun.
fuck do you jerk off? I mean, God, if I could make another me jump out and suck my dick, I would have never left the house and have no kids.
Oh my goodness.
Is that gay?
Not gay. He's sucking my.
Welcome back to the Blunt Lab. I am Al, joined by my brothers Marcus, Sean, and Rick. What's going on, fellas?
Hey, what's up, y'all?
So joining the party, gentlemen.
Yes. So yeah, I don't know if you guys heard. I don't know if this is true, but they said Delonte West passed away.
What? Like last night?
I saw it pop up on my feed like 2 days ago.
I can't verify that. I did see that he got arrested again, and he's back fucked up on the drugs. But I didn't see that he died.
Well, okay. I just wanted to confirm. I didn't know if it was true or not. That's what I was asking.
Nah, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I know he's been hurting.
Yeah, he looks like shit again.
We'll move on. We'll move on.
Hard disease to beat, my man. Hard disease to beat.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it
Says
is.
he's still rocking.
You still okay? Good.
Yeah, I stumbles through parking lot and latest concerning video, but yeah, nothing about him passed.
Okay, good. Good. Keep on. Hopefully, we wish him the best.
Well, looks.
This has been in the news lately. I just want to touch on it briefly. I don't know if you guys heard about this story, but roll tape on the first video.
So if you haven't heard this story that's surfacing right now, it's unbelievable. This right here is Tamisha Price. So Tamisha let her son play outside the house with a toy gun that even had an orange tip on it. And while playing outside the house, a neighbor looked out the window and seen him running around and chasing another child in the neighborhood. And thinking it was a real gun, she called 911, that neighbor. And when the cops arrived on the scene, they took out their firearms and asked the kid to drop the weapon, which was a fake toy. But I guess the kid didn't understand, and they ended up unaliving him. But this is the part that gets wild. A little time after this incident happened, Tanisha, who's a doctor, found a patient with full-blown AIDS. And she ended up taking that patient's blood and putting it in a needle. And she found that officer, who is Officer Brian Shields, and she ended up sticking him with it. And after sticking him with it, she got charged by other officers, locked up. A month later, they found out that officer actually got the AIDS from the needle, and her response was an eye for an eye.
I don't want to laugh. Nah, for that. Oh,
I mean, shit. Old
That's
Testament,
fucked up.
but okay.
That was fucked up. Hey, man.
I will say
Well,
this.
which part are you laughing at?
Now the eye for an eye part. The delivery of this, I wasn't ready.
No.
No, the actual act.
Fair enough.
is
Caught me a little
horrible,
off guard.
but I mean, I kind of get where she's coming from, though. I mean, it's fucked up, but
That's her kid.
yes.
I mean,
And you got
And I
the
wonder
water
about
about
clearly
that.
had the gun.
Well,
Like the kid clearly had an orange cap on the gun.
yeah.
So if you're telling the kid to drop a weapon, if he knowingly knows he's not carrying a weapon, why would he drop his tool?
How old is this
Exactly.
kid?
Yeah, that sounds like full accountability on the department. If you tell him to drop a weapon, he doesn't have a weapon, you shoot him, then that's on you.
If I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken, he was 10 years old.
Yeah, see, that's one of those scenarios of like, how many of you cops armed with armor on, because they all wear them. How many of y'all is he going to get to shoot before y'all can fucking take him to the ground or tase him or whatever the fuck ever, if you in fact think it's a real weapon?
10 years old. 10 years
There's other
old.
ways.
Fucking
There's
rest
other ways to go about it.
Well, it's
And
a
that's what you're
situation
doing.
where it's like, unless you're there, like, I have no idea. I couldn't imagine a situation where that kind of force is necessary. Like, maybe it's because I'm not there, but I'm pretty sure it's 100% like, what the fuck? Like, there's no situation where that would be called for where you couldn't address it in some other way.
10 years old. 10
Wolves.
years. I don't know where she's locked up. I'm going to look to find out. If anyone is interested in putting money on her books, that way, she has money for commissary, whatever that is.
Do we know what they're actually charging? Just out of curiosity, if you don't, it's cool. But do you know what they're actually charging her with? Is there any kind of like she was out of her mind or distraught, dropping
no,
it? Because you know how
I know it's nothing mental. I know they're not charging everything.
Not necessarily
I don't know for
insanity,
sure.
but you know how like there's all right, let's just use a basic hypothetical here. You know, one is premeditated. Two, they possibly may have been premeditated, but they were triggered because of like a crime of passion. Like you walk in and your old lady's fucking cheating and banging dude on the couch. So you walk to your fucking room, grab the gun, cock that bitch back and shoot them both. Like, yes, that's premeditated murder because you thought about it, but they tend to like call the crime a little more like a crime of passion. Like I feel
it sounds like an incident where she was feeling some type of way because of a very, very shitty incident, and opportunity found its way into her lap. She looked at the situation and said, "Shit, I don't know if I can pass this up." That sounds like that's what happened. She's like, "Oh man, I'm in a position to really do something."
And I mean, fact of the matter is, black folks have been taking a seat for too long. Cops have been doing this kind of shit. I mean, for example, let's go back to, something everybody knows, talking about the George Floyd incident. When my man was choking George Floyd out, there were people surrounding him recording.
Right.
Well, there, if I'm not mistaken, I think there were like 2 or 3 cops on the scene.
Yeah, I believe there's...
The people on the scene outnumbered the cops. You're watching a man die in front of you. Now, I'm not saying that you needed to kill the cops, but you could have done something to stop that cop from choking that dude out.
Yeah, I'll catch a charge to stop some shit like that for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Now, cops have killed kids before. Not only kids, they're just killing black and brown people left and right. Left and right. If you don't see it, I'm sorry, but it's all over the fucking place, and it's fucking disgusting. Black folks aren't doing shit. The fact that she did this, it's like that Alabama brawl. It puts a smile on my face that she did this. I hope that cop dies slow for what he did.
I can understand where you're coming from. I don't want to take that from you because it's good that somebody is standing up for that. But unfortunately, she gets fucked. It's not going to make a huge impact other than painting her in a bad light. It's not going to have a long enough lasting effect to where, I mean, like I said, I'm glad that somebody's fighting a fight that isn't being fought, but it has to be done. I don't want to say smart. I'm not saying that she's not doing smart, but I don't feel like that in itself, other than affecting that one person, is going to have a long enough lasting effect to make real changes, which is unfortunate.
Let's hope that she's the start, because it's another cop, another white cop. Let me just be specific. Another white cop kills another kid, and or another black person. I believe unjustly. Let me be clear about that. Unjustly, they deserve what this cop got, if not worse. Because this kind of shit has to stop. And the only way it's going to stop is if shit like this continues, if people do what she does, or worse.
So do you think there should be more
it's unfortunate that it has to come to violence. But I mean, shit, what the fuck else are we supposed to do?
We're
march,
just trying to treat
protest,
with
you know what I'm saying? Well,
yeah.
March, protest, cry, more.
Yeah,
I mean,
fuck all that. No.
I mean, well, really?
Fix an arm.
Because there's even, I can't remember where this cop is from, might be North Carolina. But he's like, I can't wait for this fucking war to start so we can wipe all these N-words off the face of this fucking planet. He's like, we're ready. This is coming from a cop. Now, granted, cops originally started off as slave patrolmen. Looks like they haven't gotten out of that fucking mentality. But again, hopefully something like this sets an example. If some bullshit like this happens again, and I'm pretty sure it's going to happen again. I'm definitely sure it's going to happen again. And again, and if anyone wants to look up where she's locked up, send her some money. I'm pretty sure she's going to need it. All the support and help. I'm pretty sure she'd be grateful for that. If I happen to find out, I'm gonna look into it. If I find out, I'll let you guys know. Let me get percentage if you want to. But moving on to lighter things. Touch real quickly, Game 4 of the NBA Finals. can only shake my head to that bullshit.
That Lord.
Which part are you shaking your head at? Calling bullshit.
Where was that shit in game 3?
Okay. So I'm gonna go to coaching on this. They made some adjustments after game 3 that they should have made after game 1. I didn't understand why they played those first 3 games defensively, with the way that they were playing defensively, but it was overshadowed simply because the defense from Boston was just so on point, man. They made Dallas could not figure out how to run their schemes, but they kept it close. Like, if you look to, Dallas has outscored Boston in the finals. They've scored more points than them. Big picture, but they made some adjustments on defense, and I think Boston was kind of like about midway second quarter, just said, you know what, let's just go ahead and let this ride. We'll win this out.
Thanks.
So you guys think Boston's going to win this shit at home?
That's what it looks like, but at the same time, Dallas has a chance. I want Dallas to win more, but I don't. It's not probable. And like Jason Tatum said the other day, bro, like they were like, oh, there was a reporter. I don't know if you guys saw this. Maybe Mike could find the clip for the show, but Jason Tatum came up there after the game, and he was at the press conference, right? And someone asked him something along the lines of, "Did you know that?" Or no, actually, it was more like, "Do you think it's pretty awesome that you guys basically on a level of stats and performance are the second best Celtics team of all time? When you factor in what you did in the regular season, not what you've done in the postseason, you're the second best Boston Celtics team of all time," which is saying a lot, because that team, besides the Lakers, they have the most championships, most strong calibered years. It's a big deal to say that. And he's like, man, wow, I didn't know that. That's really cool. But you guys will just say we didn't have to beat nobody to get there, so we'll do it again next year, and got up and fucking walked off. Like,
I didn't know that. That would be really cool. But you guys probably would say we didn't play anybody to get here, so we just have to do it again next year.
basically, like, did a mic drop and got the fuck off the stage. That shit was great, dude.
Like, it's one of those instances where they can't help who they played against.
Right.
They did what they had to do.
That doesn't make it not true, though. They
Or
played
how bad
everybody.
we made
they
all
played.
of y'all look. You know what I mean? I'm not
saying every team they played has been injured. It's not their fault, but it's not it's not true either.
True. I agree.
Now,
I can't argue that.
It looks like Boston's gonna win, but I think it would be fucking poetic if they were to lose this series and be the first team to ever blow a 3-0 lead.
Either
I
way,
think that would be beautiful.
Well,
It would bring me joy. It would bring me so much joy.
so
They got to blow the team up if that should happen. They got to do something different because there's no way that should happen.
Matt and I were having this conversation earlier, and he's not on the show with us today, and he brought up a very valid point, so I want to give him the credit on this. Either way, history is going to be made, because no team has ever come back from the 0-3, and no team that's ever lost by more than 38 points has ever ended up winning the finals. So either way, one of the two teams is going to break that particular curse or record.
Yeah. Dallas might have figured it out in game 4. They might have figured them out. I'm not saying this. I mean, we'll find out Monday. But we'll see.
Monday, you see, I'm probably not going to get to see that fucking game either.
And they'll be facing elimination all the way through. So if they are clutch, if they're clutch, it'll bring it out in them. Some players play way better when they're in that kind of pressure.
That's true.
I hope it does for Kyrie's sake, because I will say this about Luka: as skillful as he is, as talented as he is, he reminds me of Joel Embiid, Caden Clark, LeBron.
He's better than both of them. Let's be fair. He's definitely better.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Not
for sure.
skill level, just what Al's talking about, and correct me if I'm wrong. It's more of the way that they interact with everything. It's that diva kind of quality, and it comes out in the gameplay too. And LeBron's the same way. That's why it happens.
No, but to be fair, every superstar player is like that.
They do
all
argue with the refs and get like
and
that.
Want calls and cry about shit. Like, all they built that into the game. Like,
yeah,
Luka he does it a bit much though. Like Luka be like not playing defense.
Fair enough.
To talk to officials. That's
well, you see, he came out and played defense after everybody talking shit, and look what happened. He actually came out and played some D. He's like, what it was.
Jason Kidd said it last year. Like, bro, stop fucking talking to officials, man. Like, just stop. It's not gonna change anything. Just stop doing it. Like, there's no point in doing it.
Somebody over there
You know?
called him a cone on defense, and he came out and gave like you're a cone on defense. Yeah, that's
That's awesome.
I like
That
Luka's
is awesome.
defense is okay. It's gotten better. It's not as bad. Like it's not James Harden.
he's
bad.
saving his energy for the offensive side. That's
He
one
has,
person
yeah, he has.
that
to.
has shown, hey, look, when I need to play D, I will, but I need to save my energy. Harden, it's different. Harden just don't want to play defense. It's different.
Exactly. And I'll say this too on the Boston side of things. If I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen, but if they were to lose this, like this is a huge indictment on Tatum. A little bit less on Brown, the coach, everything about what Boston has done this year. All that goes out the window because you dudes are fucking choke artists. If y'all pull this shit off and lose this,
Oh, they'll get rid of everybody and rebuild the team around Jalen. This will happen.
Yeah,
if they
yeah.
lost.
they'd have to.
Who's making more money, Jalen or Tatum?
Tatum.
Jalen Brown makes more
Oh no,
money than
Jalen's new
everybody in the
contract.
league.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
most
he
highly
makes more
contract.
money
He
than-
just signed that though.
Yeah,
just
it's like
signed.
almost $300 million.
And
It's
he's been
almost
with
three.
Boston
It's like
for years.
$290. Yeah.
Well,
I
look,
mean, but to be fair though, I know that Tatum's a better player than Brown, but I'm like, I don't think it's that far off though. Like they're very similar, you know? Like Jalen does a lot of stuff that I feel like in the clutch and then like the crunch time moments, I trust Jalen Brown a little bit more.
Well,
'Cause
Jalen's
I feel like Tatum will fold.
Jalen's a lead.
But yeah, but when it comes to ball handling and making decisions, I do not trust Jalen Brown because he has no left hand. And that last series last year against Miami, that shit showed. Because if you pressure him when he's got the ball to dribble, he's gonna fucking give the ball away. So, but when it comes to the shot making and like Rick said, leadership and shit, oh yeah, Jalen Brown is the guy. I mean, that's a nice luxury to have two dudes that are A players, like, and they don't seem to have that bullshit like, oh, it's my team, it's your team. It's like, bro, no superstar wins on their own.
and
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
like the
point
argument
guards.
that's always out there.
It's not a really a big and a little too. They're both kind of threes.
Yeah.
If you really think about it,
Mhm.
they're kind of point three.
Yeah, they're both
point
wing
four.
players.
Yeah.
And Drew Holiday has been like a fucking revelation for them because like he's what Marcus Smart was supposed to be all these years. Like
and the Bucks certainly miss him, dude.
What
Bucks
do they?
certainly miss him.
Like you set the tone defensively and offensively. You get the ball out of Brown and Tatum's hands where they can just roam and do their thing. You got a dude that can set the offense up. Porzingis being out, like I don't think that's like something that should be pushed aside. Like if he's not gonna play the rest of the series,
At least on
that shit hampers them.
and he
Like, that makes them different. Because game one, he won that shit by himself to me. Like
well, really
I feel like that shit was over.
1 and 2, he got it in him. Like he got a, what do you call it? Something,
Mhm.
you know, he got to come back and he was run off fresh off
Sure.
injury. Nobody was really ready for him on defense and stuff in those first 2 games.
Mhm.
But just like every other, like out one off like that now he's hurt. Now what?
Yeah.
And then look what happened.
Yeah. Because
We'll
he's such
see, we'll see.
a nightmare matchup wise. Like
Yes, he is.
7-2, can shoot jumpers, he can rebound. If he's on, he plays defense, block shots. Like he's like KD called him a unicorn. Like this motherfucker is, bro. He's like Wemby. Like he can do
Not-
everything.
Not to harp
Except
on it,
stay healthy.
but whatever happened to the rape allegations that got him traded out of New York?
Oh, that's right. Yo, they must have looked that up because I forgot all the fuck about it.
Yeah. I feel like whoever traded for him, was it Dallas that traded for him? They must have pushed that shit aside. Because they really made it like the narrative being that he went to the management and asked them what they were doing as far as his contract and the team. And I guess they felt like, oh, you don't want to be here. So let's just trade him. I'm like, he just came to ask y'all, like, what's the plan? Like, what are we
Like,
trying
what
to
time
do
is
here?
it?
You know? Yeah, like, what's going on? They were like, nah, you don't want to be here. So, I mean, it helped. I mean, it worked out for the Knicks.
Yeah,
They're a
it
better
certainly
team.
did. It certainly did.
Shit, it
All
worked
right,
out for
well-
Dallas. They're in the finals.
So this happened last night. It's unfortunate. I was kind of hoping it would go the other way.
Man, that boy's a beast, bro. He
Man,
needs to
What,
fight
the
Triple
Predators
Boy.
didn't close out the NHL?
Nah, that's crazy. Hey, fuck the Predators too for what they did to the Rangers. I'll never forgive them for that. Cause I got a homeboy at work was in my shit every day about it. Like, oh, what's up with the Rangers, bro? Like, I don't want to hear that shit.
It was
bro.
in New York,
I don't
Florida.
want to hear
It was
that.
like they're one of the only two teams, and sorry, Al. They're one of the only two teams in all of professional sports that technically rep a whole state. Usually it's a city. Like,
That's true.
There's
That's
not
true.
too many that do, but we got this whole Florida versus New York thing going on. When during that last series, that was the conference finals. Yo, I was loving that shit, but now we're just smoking.
Yeah.
And I don't even. It's same thing happened with the Boston match too. Like we fucking whooped their fucking ass, and then all of a sudden we lost 8-1 last night. It's almost like the leagues are rigged or something to get more games and revenue. I don't know.
It could be. There's money in it though.
We'll go on a real clip.
Corner, Frank should not be in there.
Here we
We're
go.
talking about that. He's just setting himself up for
Hey,
big trouble here. There's the uppercut, and there's the
Boom.
wow.
Okay,
He
damn.
stunned him with that uppercut.
That's why they call him Tank, man.
and it just fucking fought a couple of weeks ago too. Like
He
You know,
needs
it
to
was
fight
funny.
your boy, man. He needs to
Who,
fight your boy.
Crawford.
Yeah, I'd love to
Crawford
see
will,
that.
Crawford will fold
man.
his ass up.
I was gonna say, y'all would have said for him to hang up the boots a couple of weeks ago, bro. Like
There's another clip I want to play. Play the last clip with Ryan and Tank. I like this
Oh, I
one.
did
This,
see- oh, yeah, I
this
did
made,
see
this
this.
made me laugh right here.
Yeah,
oh, they're gonna make out.
I do like the love between the two.
I don't want a rematch though.
But look at
I
that!
don't
Look at
wanna
that!
see
He's like, rematch me, bitch.
it. Yeah, so I don't want a rematch.
You see how they're all
No, I don't wanna see
laughing
that.
and fucking slapping hands? That this is how y'all know it's fucking rigged now, bro. Like, just accept it. You're gonna find out in 10 more years, just like the fucking wrestling found out when the WWF got popular in the 80s. Oh, this shit been rigged all this time? Oh, fuck.
Hey man, when there's billions of dollars at stake, I can't say that it's not. You know, it's a business, bro. That's what they say. They say that about all sports now. It's like it's a business.
It's a business.
They say these words. It's a business. No,
Our
it's a
job is to
fucking
make
sport.
money.
Not anymore. Not
It
anymore.
used to be. I'm saying it used to be a sport. You used to play it and have fun. Now it's like this is a business.
No, they tell
Every
you that
free
when you're a
agency,
kid.
everything.
They tell you that when you're
Yeah.
a kid so that you do it. They need the Coliseum, my friends. Like, they need us occupied by such.
That's facts. That is true.
Like
It takes a
Gervonta
beat
was
to
killing
it.
me.
And if
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
boring,
he-
you ain't gonna pay it no attention. Look at Sean.
He
Sean,
is-
how much sports
he
do you
was-
pay attention to?
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Just listen. I mean, I catch it. I need to know about it, but otherwise, I don't really follow. All my teams suck. I mean, all my teams suck. I was a Rays fan they're not in LA or Oakland anymore. I was I'm a Dodgers fan. We don't really talk about. I watch baseball. I'll play baseball, but I can't really watch it on TV.
Yeah.
And then the Lakers. It's like, what's the point of really cheering for them?
And
They have a
basketball is
dynasty player.
too black.
Fair.
Yeah.
Oh, is that where you were going with that?
No, I wasn't. You didn't bring basketball up, so I had to. I love you.
Wow, that's
I
awesome.
listen to hip hop.
I have Jay-Z on my computer.
Oh, Lord.
I know two black guys. Okay.
Oh, fuck
Not
me.
getting me here. No.
Oh, black.
I think the
Why did
stamp
you
is
win a
coming.
suit?
The
Why
stamp
did
is
you
coming.
go to suit?
Man, but Tank Davis is fucking hilarious. I mean, even before the fight, he was calling Frank Martin bait tough.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I don't question Tank's skill in the ring, just what he does outside of it. And then you're going to call him a fake tough.
Like
I mean, I
Kanye.
haven't heard word of prick. I haven't heard Martin beating women. Hopefully we'll get to see Crawford
Hey,
and go out. What's the difference in weight though? Because Tank
Between
would have to come
Bud
up.
and Tank, like
Mhm.
like
yeah,
20
Tank would have to
pounds.
go up. Yeah, he could do it. But I wanted to ask: is this like, are these allegations, or is this like proven
That he's
about
beating women?
the domestic violence?
Yeah, it's proven, Matt.
Because they said that about Mike Tyson too. But like,
What's-
I don't think Mike beat nobody though.
Well, what does proven
Wow,
mean?
Tank-
Because even a conviction doesn't prove anything. It just means that the case was built, or you know what I
It's
mean?
like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't like the victim shame because that's not what this is.
it's documented. It's documented.
Okay, so he
I believe you.
documented domestic abuse more times than one. Wasn't a chick trying to.
Because I'm saying they said that about Mike Tyson. Like,
Yeah,
tend not to believe Mike did that because I don't think she'd be normal if he was to beat her.
I never hit
And
a woman, but I probably would have smacked the shit out of Robin Givens during that situation too. So I get it.
She'd be handicapped if he was putting hands on her like she said. She'd
Thank
be
you.
handicapped. She'd
That's
be in
what
a
I
fucking
was saying.
wheelchair
I was
with a damn helmet on.
Yo, when the movie came out and shit, it is exactly what I said. I'm like, bro, if Mike Tyson hit like a regular sized woman, if he hit one of us, like you're probably gonna kill the motherfucker. Like,
we would. If he hits one of us, we'd forever be in special ed.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we got a helmet on. You're in a wheelchair.
Yeah, no,
That's
absolutely.
right. Robin Givens is like, what,
drinking meals and shit? Come on, bro.
104 pounds in jeans, soaking wet. Like, for real. Like, she would be dead.
And if she was taking shots like that,
one punch from Mike Tyson.
If she was taking shots like that, she should have been a fighter.
Yeah.
What is she not doing in the ring?
That was Iron Mike. That ain't 60-year-old Mike.
Yo, but
that was Mike in his prime.
That's opportunity missed is what that is.
He was like, Robin and her mother fucked me up. I believe it. Robin Givens' mom was the original pimp from like when I was a kid. Like, you saw this whole situation unfold and you're like, no, she basically like pimped her out to him and then used that situation to extort him. You know what I mean? Like, that situation's fucked up. Of course, none of us were there. We don't know what happened. And like you said, with this whole, what started this conversation, you know, some stuff is alleged and then some stuff is documented. But in that particular situation, my intuition and my gut tells me, yes, Mike is a violent person. And they knew that, though, exploited that. And I don't think she's necessarily a victim in the same sense. That's like me walking up to you, get in your face and making you hit me. You know what I mean?
And Mike himself has even said it. Between cocaine, alcohol, and everything else, I mean, I'm not justifying anything he's done. I'm just saying he was in a bad place. He was misguided.
Yeah, he had a lot of fucked up people in his corner too, man.
60-year-old Mike will still
that's a
punch
problem,
retarded. Okay,
yeah,
still punches retarded.
Exactly,
straight up.
So that's all I'm saying. She'd be in a fucking wheelchair with a helmet on, drinking meals. And be like, oh man, Mike really did that shit. It's proof.
I believe that.
She walk around regular like now.
Christy Mack is a perfect example. Christy Mack is a perfect example of what a fighter will do. What a fighter will. The result of what a fighter. You know what I'm saying?
She got all fucked up. She got all fucked up.
Okay, so that should let you know that if Robin really was getting fucked up like that, go look at those Christy Mack pictures. Okay, an MMA fighter who's smaller than Mike Tyson did that to her.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson was 220 pounds back when he was Iron Mike. Even if he's on cocaine, drunk, or whatever, he's still gonna hurt you bad. As
yeah.
So that's all.
That Christy Mack thing sucks, man.
Oh man,
fucking War Machine. Fuck that guy, man. That was fucking terrible.
Steroids,
fucking terrible.
I watched 2 series on Netflix recently with the wife because, you know, we don't get to spend too much time to watch certain things together. She doesn't know if I watch. But we had time to watch this. The first one was a TikTok documentary.
7M, an entertainment company founded by Robert Shin, who's also the pastor of LA-based Shekinah Church.
This is a church, but they're also a management company. I just felt a little funny about that.
I remember those guys that they were talking about literally popping up on my TikTok. Because, you know, I like to watch people dance or what have you. And these guys would come up on my feed like every day. Turns out, you know, those dancers are being exploited by a Korean dude who is a pastor.
Was he like half Korean, half Jewish or something?
You know what? I don't know. His name doesn't say so, but his name says he's full-blown Korean.
I believe it.
Claiming he's a pastor, discovered, I wouldn't say he discovered these kids, but stumbled onto these kids and literally exploited. Literally making money. Any money that those kids made, he was getting literally 98%. He found a way to get all those kids.
Wow.
And turn those kids away from their parents. But there's more drama in that. Check it out if you want to. It's like 3 episodes, real short. But the other series, well, what year would you say this went down, Rick? Because I remember when it all went down.
2015 is when the leak happened. But they started in 2001. It took them about 5 or 6 years to actually get over like 100,000 subscribers. But then once it funny story, once it got a little bit of negative light, it blew the fuck up. So tell them who it is.
Oh,
and what
blew
it is.
Yeah, it blew it. And what we are talking about, ladies and gents, is Ashley Madison. A site where married folks can go on and find other married folks to cheat.
I remember seeing an advertisement. Life is short, have an affair.
One thing I will disclose with that too, I don't think it was necessary. Okay, so its whole model initially actually was just about, all right, at that time, right, this is pre-Tinder. And when I was trying to describe the situation to my kids, because I have teenagers and 20-year-olds, as y'all know, they know what's up with Tinder. Tinder is Ashley Madison to hook. It's the same type of site. It's designed to hook up, but they're cool with it. Back then, it wasn't so cool to just meet and hook up. It was still kind of had that eye of like degradingness, right? So it was really what its marketing campaign initially started as was discreet. It was an iHarmony, a ChristianMingles.com, that type of thing, that type of dating site that was really more designed for the sex part of it. And more importantly, it was discreet. So what happened was after a few years of that, like it got a little, it was a niche, it was a novelty and it was cool, but it wasn't doing what they wanted it to do. So they employed basically who I referred to, the gay Don Draper. So they get this guy who's just like Madison Avenue marketing, like guru dude, but he's completely Elton John Flamer style. Okay. So he's got that same interior decorating style to it. And he's like, yo, this is, let's do this. And they went all over the entire globe with it. They were from Canada. So they kind of spread out and turned it into, this is a place when you're in a relationship that you can come and seek others and you're not going to get told on. So literally everything about its shtick was you could come here, meet people online, talk about sex stuff, do sex stuff, meet up, and then it's all going to be secret. And then in 2015, years later, when they've got 30 million fucking people in it now, right? Mm-hmm. With all of their Hunter Biden shit in the files, hacker said, hey, you got 30 days, close down the sites, or I'm releasing all of your info and everything in there about everyone. And the mad dash and scramble that just ensues after that, like people killing themselves, people getting fired, being like CEOs of large companies. Like,
well, if you watch the series, the CEO literally went on shows with his wife,
talking about
talking about this site is great, it's wonderful for people. This site literally
saves marriages,
people's marriages.
I read that you actually think that this is a marriage saver. How so?
It's a preservation device for so many people who are in a marriage who say, no, they love their partners. They cherish their children. No, love and sex are different things. They're very different.
Now, there was a couple in the series that I wanted to focus on a little bit.
The vloggers.
I loved being a dad. I loved my wife. It was a beautiful marriage, but it was also just like monotonous.
Which kind of surrounds the question. One, have you guys ever been cheated on? Or have you ever cheated on your significant other? Right. So before we go into that, this particular couple, I guess they met on Christian Mingle, some kind of Christian site. You know what I mean?
Christian Cheeks.
ChristianCheeks.com.
Jesus. I feel your Holy Spirit.
That is Marcus at AOL.com for all you religious folks.
Goddamn right. Marcus a 1M. 1M, goddamn it. I said it. Hey, Christians get busy too, bro.
Oh, yes, they do, buddy. Yes, now
everybody's smashes and like convenience.
This particular couple, the wife was what you essentially would want in a wife.
Well, dude, perfect. Except she's probably a nag.
Non-existent. No.
Who knows, but nonetheless, she does everything. I don't want to say expect because that's a terrible word, but because she loves him, Everything she did was out of love for him.
Textbook perfect wife is what Al is trying to say. Like perfect wife.
Stepford wives.
And I want to throw this in here as you go out. I personally detect, especially when it all started going, she was about that brand. So I think that's her karma in all of this. Is I honestly do think, because before she knew anything, like the vlog, they blew up and became really popular. And I think
because that's frozen shit.
I think she was more mad that it hurt their brand than what actually happened. And then when she found out, like obviously later she finds out the whole story, but they're still together. Spoiler.
Like when she finds out, like when the leak happened, she finds out, I mean, granted, before she found out from the media, he told her.
Only because the media was releasing it, and he told her in the airport before he got home. Like that to me is not
no choice. He had no choice, but he still told her before she found out from the media.
He got to damage control it.
In her situation, if you guys didn't watch the series, long story short, she forgives him. She takes him back. They stay married. I mean, they have like 2 or 3 kids.
Yeah, 2, and then the one that they had right when they found out about all this, she found out she was pregnant, like right at the same time.
So 2-part question. Have you guys ever cheated on a significant other? Who wants to go first?
Listen.
We'll start with you, Sean. That laugh right there says, pick me, buddy.
I didn't laugh, I chuckled, but no, I mean, look. Like I said last episode, I wasn't always this young and upstanding gentleman. There have been times of infidelity within the past. I don't, I've always kept it minimal though. Like, in all honesty, I've always believed, like, if you're going to break it off with somebody eventually, probably because you fucked up, just break it off. If you have that luxury. Some people find themselves in the heat of the moment. Shit happens. Has it happened to me? Yes. Have I done it? I gotta admit, probably. I'm like thinking about specific incidences. But yeah. What was the second question? We'll skip on to that.
Have you ever been cheated?
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I feel like it happens. But not in good relationships, man. My whole theory now, having been in relationship like for a long time, and now I'm happily single, mostly happily single. Is it just like you look back and it's like, man, I don't know. I'm not of that whole monogamous thought process anymore. I feel like it kind of pigeonholes people in. So people should only be spending time with each other because they don't feel obligated to, but because they want to spend that time anyway. So with that shit being said, I don't know, until you really have those documents filed in court, people are just experiencing people. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I've become a lot more fluid with that whole thought process of cheating and what it means now. And I was talking about it the other day. It reminds me of, you ever seen that movie Starship Troopers? He promotes Casper Van Dien's character, and he tells him, he's like, you're the boss until I find somebody better or you're dead.
Until you're dead or until I find somebody better.
To me, that's dating. I mean, without saying it, that's how it always is. I mean, until that motherfucker's dead or you find somebody else. Now, once you lock them in with paperwork and documentation via the state, but at this point in life, I don't find any reason to ever do that again, unless it's like medieval times where you're talking about like heritage and lands and titles. Otherwise, man, fuck that shit. Spend time with each other because you want to. And if you don't want to anymore, no.
Would you do what she did? Would you take a spouse back if you find out they cheated on you?
I have. And it doesn't work out. It does not work out. I mean, in my experience, it's going to happen again. That shit's kind of just who people are. I know that people do change, but something like that is like a loyalty thing. I mean, that's a character teller. Loyalty is definitely a character teller. And stuff like that don't change easy. So you can assume that if somebody's done it to you, they'll probably do it again.
Yeah. All right, Rick, you.
So on the 2-part question there, I can't say that I never cheated. When I was much, 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 much younger, I kind of did. Like I kind of
did.
I mean, it still had teen at the end of my age when the last time that I would have really cheated. Based on the definition of having sex with someone else while I was in a committed relationship, then of course didn't tell my other half, right? Now, I will admit over the years, I have like entertained back in the day, like when I wasn't happy within my relationship, I may have entertained conversations with others to kind of back up Sean's point there. Until you really are like, and I'm going to tell you why I say this before I answer your question. I've always, and I've been a long-term relationship person. I've never really had too many short interactions. Very, very few. All right. Most of my relationships have been long-term since I was very young. I moved out when I was 16, got married and had kids before I was 18, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right. So I strongly say this. When I married my wife that I am currently with, I was happy with being single for that year before that. Okay. And the reason that it felt right was based on this very fact. I knew I was good with what I had. Never before did I really feel like that. I never felt 100%. But I had been cheated on in my marriage when I was very young. My ex was a few years older than me, and we were totally separate schedules. And she was a manager of the place where she worked. She fucked one of her employees, and I found out about it, and I was like happy that it happened. I was like, great. I finally have the reason to break it off. And of course, all of that went fucking haywire and backfired on me. So have I been cheated on? Yeah. Am I a cheater? Fuck. Because if I feel like I need to venture out of our relationship, then I'm not going to be in the relationship. I'm not here looking for the next thing. I'll never do that again. So, you know, and that's the why. And I think it's very important to sort of build that to that answer. I'm not a cheater, won't be a cheater, no reason to cheat. If there's another chick that I find attractive, I might say to my wife, hey, y'all, want to hit that? You know what I mean? Like, that's about the gist of it. You know what I'm saying? For me, a little variety is nice.
Well, I started this one. I have not knowingly known if I've been cheated on. I'm like, I can't say that I have because I don't know that I have, you know, in any relationship I've been in. And on the other side of that, I'm not proud of it, you know. I'm not proud of it. I have stepped out before.
Doctor, fornicator.
Not any time recently, but you know, I've done that before, and like, I don't know, man. Like, I was going through some stuff. No excuses. It is what it is. You know, I'm grown up from it. But going forward, I would never again because I don't know, man. You gotta
Why did you step out?
And look at.
Why did you step out, Marcus? Since you say it like that, what is it that makes a man step out? To Al's point from last time we talked
about this. For me, it was.
Did you step out because of sex?
It was that, but it was a little bit more to it than that because like at the time, like I was kind of like going through a lot mentally. No lie, I was doing some drugs that I probably shouldn't have been doing. Under those circumstances, like you know how some drugs can affect your mood to a degree to where if you're down, it's gonna make it worse.
Especially what we were doing.
Yeah. So like if you're happy, it's just gonna make you happier. So I was already in a fucked up place mentally. So doing that just kind of spiraled it out. And like, yeah, looking at it now, it's like just stepping outside of yourself and realizing like the effect of your actions and shit like that. Like I would never again, you know, but at the time that was my mentality.
So how you hurt someone else, bro?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, little bro. Haven't done it yourself. If it was done to you, would you be able to take that person back?
I think I could. If the relationship was like that strong and the love is there, because like I said, I know I fucked up. I'm human, and like I can't put myself above it or like put somebody below it and think, oh, if I did it, it's cool, but if you do it, that's a problem. You know what I mean? So like, if it was to happen that way, like depending on the circumstance, like I feel like I'd be open to it. But then again, like we've had this discussion before, like men and women, the reasons behind these things.
Well, sends the guy it says he doesn't know that he's ever been cheated on. Because let me tell you something. The reason that I am not a cheater is because when I was real young and got cheated on, it hurt me in a way that I would really have to hate your fucking guts to do that to you. And that's why I've never cheated.
Gotcha.
I would rather leave you than cheat because of what it did to me.
It's always looking at it, like, if you look at it from the other side of things, I mean, shit, I don't call out for work anymore. When I was younger, I called out for work all the damn time. I lost mad jobs. But when I became a manager and a supervisor and I saw how much it affects the big picture of things, I couldn't do that to people anymore. Like, I started realizing how important it is for each piece of the puzzle. So you just don't do it as you learn, and that's just growth. That's understanding, that's wisdom.
For sure.
So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. To couple on that, I don't think people cheat as a person. I don't think people are cheaters. I think people cheat on a relationship, but it doesn't mean that they are a cheater. If you're unhappy in one relationship and that's your solution, it doesn't make you all around a cheater. It doesn't mean you're a disloyal, distrustworthy person. It just means that relationship you probably should have dealt with better.
And Al too.
I'll answer real quick so we can move on and talk about the boys. Like, I've never cheated on anyone that I was in a relationship with. Now, there was a time where I was banging multiple married women.
You're a manhole now.
But I was in a relationship with them, so I wouldn't call it cheating.
You're not in a monogamous relationship, though. That's sort of the definition.
Yeah.
That's the Ashley Madison thing about that too, bro. That's what their whole spin on that. Like the black girl and the white guy in the beginning of Ashley Madison, that kind of tell you, like, that
was hilarious.
I'm completely good with my marriage, but I need to go get booty elsewhere because my wife is not for that. And then meets a chick who does the same fucking thing, and now they're married.
I let him have sex with other women, and I'm okay with it. I do not get jealous at all. He's mine, and I know he's going to come back to me. I just don't have the jealousy in me.
My wife's letting me express my sexual fantasies and really what makes me happy. And I think it's fair for her to have the same.
Now, I've been cheated on, and, I'll say this, it fucking sucks. It hurts.
Great.
I would never, ever be able to take that person back.
Never.
Because, my kind of mentality, look, I left Florida so I wouldn't commit violence. Let's just put it that way. You know what I mean? So, fuck a cheating motherfucker.
Yep.
Now, the boys is back. Yes. Now, you said you only watched the first episode, Rick.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I watched 2 and 3.
If I spill the beans, I don't know. How many episodes did you get, Marcus?
I watched all them shits, bro.
Okay, good to go. Good to go.
It's not the season. It's not a season finale. There ain't no spoils here.
No. I mean, dude, they just came out. Look, there isn't a season of the boys that I've been disappointed with. I've loved every season. Now, again, there have been things that I could do without.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's fluff. That's fluff.
And the boys proved it again this season by bringing in the human centipede.
This isn't what it looks like. It's okay.
They go hard, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Terminology, they go hard. It's wild.
Yeah, and these motherfuckers get pink eye as a result of it. Now,
is that gay?
Is
it gay? Because it's yourself.
So, like, that's a good question. That's a good question. That's a good question. That's a good question.
There is a part of every single episode where I'm watching. I'm just like, come on, bro. Like, no.
Come on, man.
Now I've heard people talking shit. Oh, they're making this particular character super gay. Blah. Look, from before they have let you know that Frenchie swings both ways.
You are my Blanche. Henry, you are my Dorothy.
Guess you're a little gay. Yeah.
So you're Betty White?
Oh, what a fucking question. Of course I'm Betty White.
Yeah, it's never been a secret about that.
It's never been a secret. So what they're doing in this season is no fucking surprise. I mean, granted, I could do without it.
But it's never been this explicit, though.
Where
it's like,
they wake up and next to each other. You're like, okay, it's very implicated. It's
basically starts out where two gay guys, one makes himself small enough to jump in the dude's urethra. They have always been pretty open about shit like
that. We've seen it a lot worse on that show too. As far as if they wanted to show us some disgusting shit, they'd show us some disgusting shit.
Yeah, they had to level up. They had to level up.
to that point, like the human centipede thing with yourself. Now, to Marcus's question, is it gay? I don't know, but I know it's very not.
That's
I
pretty
know
good.
it's
The dictionary.
That's a lot.
Let's see that
I mean,
picture right there.
it's a guy that can duplicate himself, essentially. So just to explain the scene to everybody, because they're probably talking, oh, what are these guys talking about? So there's a particular suit that can duplicate himself, and there's about 8 of himself in a room, face to asshole, straight up. They were just eating each other's ass.
But not sewn together. So they were just okay. Well, that's different. That's just quarantine.
No,
just
what the
fun.
fuck do you jerk off? I mean, God, if I could make another me jump out and suck my dick, I would have never left the house and have no kids.
Oh my goodness.
Is that gay?
It's not gay. He's sucking my dick.
Hey, that makes me gay.
What?
No.
Dude in Guantanamo Bay.
Now, to be fair, I don't think at this point in the show that we knew that it was copies of himself. It just looked like a bunch of skinheads, railing each other, right? I think the reveal of it being him was after that.
Look, I've never had a cock meat sandwich.
No,
I don't want a cock meat sandwich. I'm not against guys who want a cock meat sandwich. That's what you like.
That's for you, bro.
I don't want to walk into a room like that, though. That was wild.
And for him to say to say that's not what it's it's not what it looked like. I mean,
no,
that's
what
completely
it
what it looked like.
That's just a draw. That's just funny because it's can't be anything but it look like that.
Your face is in your own ass. Now again, I can't speak on the fact on whether or not it's gay, but it is narcissistic to want to fuck yourself.
For sure.
Oh, that's what I'm getting at.
I mean,
that is masturbation, dog. Think about it.
I mean, yeah,
I mean, it's extreme masturbation.
It's your own hand, but
no, that's different though.
It's
a little bit different. If I could lick
your
my
own
whole
mouth
wall,
in your own hand. I mean, like I
think
about the shot, but your hand.
Who's the rock star that took his ribs out so he could suck his own dick?
Now that is an urban legend.
I've heard that. I've heard other people say that though. So I'm saying like if people are actually trying to suck their own dick.
The same wild scare.
Marilyn Manson didn't get her rib removed. That's a myth.
I'm saying that's the same thing as like what that scene was, like eating your own ass and sucking your own dick.
Hey, Marcus, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. How is it any different than jerking off? And I'm gonna squash it right here with it as simple as fuck. Would you go jerk another dude off?
Oh hell no.
No.
Okay, so it's the same fucking thing. Like I wouldn't go blow another dude, but if I could blow myself, I'd consider it.
But here's the thing: I want a duplicate of myself to eat my ass.
Yeah, why not a duplicate? You didn't have to do it.
What the fuck did you say?
Don't knock it till you tried it.
No. My wife would probably be so happy. She'd be like, "Oh look,
but it's still
only gonna blow you once a month now."
Oh, she'd see another dude and be like, "What the fuck?" And see both of you looking at her, and she'd be like, "Oh, let me join in."
Hey, if you could splinter yourself into a different gender, okay. That might be something we could talk about.
That's just but he can't, Ben. But he can't.
But that's still a joke, though. That's still a man's mouth on your balls.
It's your own mouth on your balls. It's different.
Here's the thing. This thing still has your DNA. So that's essentially your twin brother.
No, I'm saying, but that's like Loki.
Now it's incest.
Like Loki's girl.
Oh man,
like Loki's brother version is the girl.
As I heard someone.
You can't say it's your brother. You don't jerk off your brother when you jerk yourself off. That doesn't make any sense.
It's not the same. It's not the same as sitting on your left hand, waiting for it to go numb.
The stranger. Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's a little like a stranger.
Your limbs are still attached to you.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not another person.
You watch Loki, right? At least the first season. You know, like the alternate version, the girl, that's him, but that's just the girl version.
I give him that.
It's still a little weird when he wants to fuck her.
Different.
It's still a little weird when he wants to fuck her. You're like, wait, Loki, hold on.
But again, bro.
This particular version, this particular suit is duplicating from himself.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's
his DNA.
No, that's too much.
So whether or not he can change genders or not, it's still his DNA. I don't know if you've ever been
talking about.
It's the same DNA. I don't know if you've ever been to West Virginia, Alabama, Mississippi,
Westeros.
I don't know if you've ever seen what happens when brother and sister or cousin or daddy and daughter do that. It's
well, look at Joffrey. I mean, they had to kill that kid. Like that was one of the best deaths ever.
I was gonna say not 100% of the time. Sometimes it works.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, for a year, no. All right.
I don't know that back in the day.
All jokes aside,
all jokes aside. Back in the day.
All jokes aside,
for centuries.
Very large, like the Targaryens, very large, legit ones. They wanted to keep their bloodlines pure, and that's how they did it.
Yeah.
If they came out retarded or a midget, they just worked from there.
There you go.
That's the chances you had to take.
Yeah.
You got it. So wonderful segue, though. Yes, the show deals with a little bit of gay. The best part of the show, though, I think, was when Homelander was trying to make the dude go down on A-Train.
What? I'm not kidding. Go over there, pull out A-Train's cock, and blow him.
And how that is. Like, come on, bro. He's like, go over there.
As soon as that,
and blow him down.
I was like, he better not do this.
Sean, I know we attribute you to the deep.
Yeah.
And when I saw what the deep was doing with the octopus,
well, that's why I was like, I get it. When the deep doesn't get weird sexually, like I get it, but then he gets all these like, yo, hey, you know who voiced the octopus? Tilda Swinton.
Really?
Yeah, Tilda Swinton was Ambrosius the octopus.
Oh,
deep.
I was like, all I could say is like, oh my God, Sean, why? I didn't even say the deep. I was like, oh my God. So, why?
The best part was when he looked up at A-Train. He's like, hey, it's just a spectrum, right, bro?
Sex is just a spectrum, right, bro?
Oh my gosh.
A-Train's like, don't fucking talk to me.
On his knees. He was on his knees at that point. Like, yo, deep. What? Come on, man. You got to laser me on, man. You got to laser me, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm done. No, we're done.
What the fuck, man?
A-Train didn't even try to fight it, bro. He didn't even try to fight it. He stood up.
Again, if he's looking up and doesn't see him, is it gay? At his head.
It's gay.
For sure, 100%.
I feel like
the true test is if when you look down and you see it's a dude, if you keep the stiffy, you're probably gay. If you look down and you see it's a dude and you lose the stiffy, then you're like, oh, okay, cool, I'm not gay.
You're eating later. Sorry. While your dick's in his mouth, is that what you tell yourself? Is that
if you look down and see that if you look down and see that it's a dude and it's not immediate violence, then you're if that makes me a monster for saying that, hey, I apologize.
Listen,
but not being sorry.
And now, Al, you have heard of white privilege before. You have heard of white privilege before,
right?
Hey, what do y'all think about this new noir?
I love that part. I love the black noir that can't shut the fuck up. I think it's fucking.
Wait, what? You're telling me there's a black noir
shut the fuck up, noir?
Hey, can we talk? You don't talk. It's like you're one thing.
Stop it. He's just going to be one that talks? Oh, fuck yeah.
It's insane. Yeah. I love it. He's like, I'm just trying to find my motivation. I feel like I'm on an island. They're like, shut the fuck up, Noir. Noir doesn't talk.
Look, don't get me wrong. I am stoked to be here, and I am down to ride the wave. I'm just having trouble with Noir's motivation. You feel me?
It's motivation. It's being a brain-dead maniac. Just keep your mouth shut. Do as you're fucking told.
For real.
Yo, shut up. When they finish smashing those dudes' heads in, and my man walked out, he was like,
he's the first one to talk.
He's the first one to talk.
Yo, what the fuck? That was so fucked up, you guys.
He's like, oh man, that was fucked up, guys.
Shit was fucked up, and you're like, wait, Noir talks, and then you start getting into it, you're like, oh, he's a totally different guy. He's just an addict.
Oh my god.
Okay,
like,
so
first of all, shut the fuck up.
Because he got killed at the end of last season, spoiler. Then so they basically put someone out there to make the public think he's not dead kind of thing.
Yeah,
bro, they're so funny.
Bro,
the boys constantly put shit in our face like that, don't they?
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know if you guys caught this slide where M mentions how Elon Musk is half cyborg.
Is Android? Yeah, he said motherfucker have Android.
Yeah, but that's old news though. That was a joke between him and Rogan when he was on Rogan some years ago. Like he's like, "Do you think you're part?" You know, and then he's like, "Well, maybe." Well, maybe, what does he say? Maybe I'm,
fuck.
You know, what, a mutant. He said, maybe mutant. That's what he said.
Now, do we know Is there anything wrong with the guy playing the character M? Because he's lost a lot of weight.
Not that I know of. I feel like they were just going for a different look, and they wanted to make him look more like that, because he took over Butcher's role as the liaison. And first it was Huey, and then they gave it to Butcher, and now it's M because Butcher got kicked out. So I think that he's just trying to present that professional look, like he is the government mule now that kind of is their go-between. I think it's just a look for him.
The beard, he looks different without the beard, for sure.
He does. He definitely, but I mean, it's cool. He looks smaller and he looks less fucking like feisty, but then there's that scene where he beats the piss out of Butcher too. Like he goes hard.
Yeah.
They let you know he hasn't lost it.
That scene with them beating the Homelander supporters, bro, that shit was like, that's like every season premiere they do something like that where it's like kind of shock value.
Yeah,
like, well, dude, I felt like that was, as soon as they walk in the building, I was like, they're done.
When they cheered him in the beginning of the first episode, when they cheered him burning dude up that fucked with his kid, like, bro, like that was like, oh shit, it all turned me.
And they addressed that too. Yeah.
All he did was what a good father would do. You're not gonna throw something at my kid and not something.
Oh, fuck you. I mean, I don't know.
He didn't have to kill that, man.
Like,
that was crazy.
You might get a 90-mile-an-hour fastball to the fucking forehead. Yeah. Like, I'm not.
I think that's part. The most shock value part of the first three that for me was when they were doing the kid save and he throwing the guy against the fucking wall.
Yeah.
Go.
Throw him hard. Throw him.
Holy shit.
Oh,
yeah, I was just like, that was the one part of any of those 3 episodes where I just, and there's always a part in The Boys where you just sit there looking at the screen like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I love every,
it's like South Park.
Every moment of it. Every moment.
And
wow, bro.
And if you recall back to us talking about, no, Marcus, go right ahead.
No, you're good. You go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Make your point, my brother. Go ahead.
I was gonna say with A-Train, like he's done this shit before to where you want to believe in him, and then he does some fucking cowardly shit. So
that's his shit. That's his shit.
I'm holding out hope. Like he's it looks like it's affecting him now. Like it looks
he was
like
about to get his dick
getting...
sucked, so you know he's gonna do some cowardly shit.
Yeah,
I guarantee you by the end of the show, because they're wrapping up in season 5. You know, next season 5 is the last one. They called it. I guarantee you by the end of the show, fucking A-Train will die a martyr. He is going through some shit right now, and you can see the changes. You can see the changes. He just doesn't know how to fucking do it. He comes from the wrong place to have done it right, but he's learning. And even his brother says it, or who was it? Somebody was talking to him this last episode, and they're like, hey, all that bullshit that you were pulling, something took. And you're getting, when M starts talking, he's like, you're changing, bro. You're changing, and it's for the better. And he's like, well, fuck you, bro. Get off my shit.
Well, he was the original heel.
He got his exactly. It started with him, and I think it's going to end with him being a good guy. He got his second chance to redefine his character, and he will end up dying as the guy, probably to get the son over to the boys.
I hope he does. Do we know when the new episode's coming out?
It should be every week now, I thought, but I don't know. I'll look into it.
It used to be Wednesdays, wasn't it? I'm not sure.
Yeah, they were doing a weekly show, and they usually drop the 3 just to tease. But let me see.
Okay, but this is the show's called The Boys. It's on Amazon Prime. It's a phenomenal show.
Thursday is
so good.
You ready?
Every Thursday.
Yeah, so Thursday, The Boys
weekly episode.
First 3 episodes of season 4 are available now. New episodes released every Thursday.
Season 4 will have 8 episodes in total.
Only 8?
All right, that's Amazon Prime. New episodes every Thursday. Recommend we check it out.
Gen B too.
Gen B. Bring your strong stomach.
Yes. Because I'm gonna tell you right now that Human Centipede scene. I was eating when it happened. I was eating when that happened.
That's great,
man.
Yeah, if you got a weak stomach, don't even watch this shit. Let's just be real. Man, but if you like that good shit, watch this shit. Get us some money, Amazon.
Yes, sir. Yes. So, hey, we appreciate you guys joining us. If you're looking for any artwork, please check my nephew Nate out. His info's in our info box. I don't know if I'm saying
sir.
Yeah, but definitely check him out.
Like, subscribe,
and share.
Comment, share.
Hey,
all the new folks that are listening, I want to say thank you.
Yes.
We appreciate it. Please share. And if you're listening, please hit that like button.
Please, we need it.
Yeah, that helps us out.
Like, subscribe, and share. And also, too, we've been getting some interactions lately that I just want to point out really quick. I'm really appreciative of. I like some of the stuff that we've been seeing. You guys have seen some of the stuff, too, and appreciating the multiple personalities and all of that. Like, some of the stuff I've been seeing is really positive. We want to go global, you guys. Give us a hand.
Yes. So, hey,
everyone in the house, we appreciate so much any interaction. That's cool.
So signing off, I am out, joined by my brothers Marcus, Rick, and Sean. Peace.